They do have a Claude. Again, there's that late game scaling trademark. And another trademark, another pocket pick that they have is that mid Alice. This mid Alice that they won with last week. We don't see this very often, Private.
Yeah, we don't. And then you're right with that late scaling, but we do see right away Rimuru coming in onto Doctor and going ahead and cutting that late. And this is just classic Team Sexy coming in with that early aggression, putting on the pressure right away. And they're going to go ahead and start on this buff now. But we do see up at the top Tamal and Lolita kind of battling it out there, Warrior. But now we do see a little bit of engagement here down. They are able to go ahead and pick up that orange buff is a new wave. And down goes Thamus there up at the top. They do, or right here at the screen, we do see him going down. And they're going to go ahead and disengage. Is Team Sexy First Blood going over to new wave?
That's already unorthodox. I might soon see pigs fly, because new wave isn't very often ahead in the early game. They're usually a team that likes to sandbag and rubber band their way into an advantage, but this time around, they're setting the pace. That cut by Tamal up top is slowly paying off, or at least very swiftly paying off, putting them at an advantage at, before 2 minutes.
Yeah, we do see that Indo is going to go ahead and disengage here, doing decently enough right now, especially in the early game. We were talking about like the mobility issue for this Dairoth. We have this first turtle beginning to come up, 10 seconds to there, and we're going to see who is going to be in a better position to take this.
So far, again, it's so hard to beat a Balmond on most major objective takes, and Team Sexy still finds a good position. They're down, 100, maybe 50 gold at this point, and it looks like New Wave knows their position, knows their place, and they're not even going to fight it.
Yeah, and this is basically what we've been seeing from New Wave. They are very patient, very disciplined in that early game, not wanting to make a mistake, just going to go ahead and extend it. They don't need to fight in this early game. They're going to wait to scale to when their heroes can do the most. And that's going to spell a lot of trouble for Team Sexy if they cannot find these openings early game, because once they start getting rolling on the side of New Wave, it's going to be a very difficult engine to stop.
Yeah, and so far, I'm liking how New Wave is playing this early game. Tamal as well, it is relatively, how do I say, unfamiliar territory, at least for me, watching him play a hero like this, like a Masha, that doesn't really set up as good. But one thing that the Masha does provide for Tamal specifically is vision. He can very roughshodly just check willy-nilly into bushes with those 3 life bars on the Masha. It's like, okay, I know where they are, and very fast move speed as well, so he can check multiple bushes in the span of seconds. So I can see how that makes sense. And if he does find it, very, how do I say, tight window, but if he does find Gold's 1-1, then, you know, much to the chagrin of Mirko, that 1-1's in trouble. So could melt in at least the hands of Tamal alone.
Yeah, we do see a little bit of toying going on here. Best player is going to go ahead and try to pick up that minion, invading the jungle there, but still very careful is New Wave. They come in, they're disengaged. We do see a real manipulation coming down. Tamal might be in a little bit of trouble here, does get taken down very low, and Ziggy and the rest, Indo is not able to support that disengagement, and down goes Tamal. And they are not finished yet. Ziggy does take out that purple, and we do see the blazing duet coming in onto Team Sexy. Taken down is Nicolette, and Best Player with that blazing duet, and the damage coming from Ziggy already, and Warrior follows suit right behind them, and they are going to go ahead and pick up this second turtle.
New Wave just evolved right before our eyes. They found a early game window, took advantage of it, and punished hard. Japa and Ziggy are online, at least for now, alright? 4 minutes in, 13k to 12k. New Wave are ahead by 1,000. Looking at the items, they're far from finished. But also we have to note how Indo, Private, one of your favorite players from New Wave, is taking it. He's making me a Dairoth believer.
Yeah, we do see that real world manipulation come down, but not in a great position there to ward off the fight that is happening at this tower. We are going to go ahead and force out the disengage, but we do see that now the shields have dropped on these turrets. Jappa's going to go ahead and clean up this lane as minions are now meeting the top turret.
Still, I believe this is the right thing to do for Gosu, best player. Still just choke out New Wave's potential for a late game comeback and maybe take down Indo along the way. Why not? But there is a punish down bottom by Doctor. Oh,
yeah, they are going to go ahead and trade in some kills there. Rimuru for Indo, but they did lose a jungler for that engagement on New Wave, and able to trade it back up for Rimuru there. Up at the top, it looks like Wanwan actually might be in trouble. Does go down to Ziggy there, and they are just putting the boots to this gold lane. We do see a real world manipulation coming in right now. They aren't able to catch too many people on there. Nicolette is on the run, trying to disengage, taken dangerously low. They are not willing to dive into the tower, but right now they are giving chase. Gosu, best player, is not able to, as right there. Here is Ind, and Ziggy coming in for the cleanup from behind, able to save the getaway from Tamal, but Tamal does get taken down by Lolita there.
Oh, wow. You saw how Indo there was punching best player's axe. Yes, the Balmond can spin, but the Dire doesn't care. The damage will come through, and if he does find the Abyssal Strike, you're gonna go down regardless. And now they're primed for a turtle take, the final turtle for this first game, and still they're threatening the one up top. Gold is having a hard time in the face of what New Wave is bringing.
Yeah, we do see a little bit of trouble here. Real world manipulation is coming down there. Warrior does come down with that Numenon blast. Gold is taken down off camera, but Warrior taken down as well, is followed closely behind by a tower. Rimuru is trying to get away. I'm not sure he's going to be able to, as Doctor dives into the tower for him, and best player able to pick up the buff, but is getting his escape closed off here. Ziggy taking a heap of damage as the rest of them are now being zoned out for this tower coming in.
Oh, the Doctor is in, and Team Sexy, they're not even sure if they're sick or not, but so far this is a 6-7 minutes, 11-3, about 5k ahead. New Wave is in control. Team Sexy, for them to come back, they need to find the perfect real world manipulation and Numenon blast setup. But with the way New Wave is playing, they are scattering Team Sexy's resources. They don't even know where New Wave is coming from, and that's what Tamal is bringing here. Again, it already happened, Private. It happened, what, maybe 2 or 3 minutes ago, where Tamal found gold, and the 1-1 could even fly. That's what made that top lane such a deadly place for that 1-1 to be, and now it's no man's land. Actually, you know what? Every single lane for Team Sexy right now is no man's land. They have to be, what, 3 or 4 dudes in a unit to be able to survive, and that's what this 5k gold lead New Wave bought for them.
Yeah, and especially picking that Masha into basically baiting out, I want to say, the Wanwan pick. Because if you have this Masha in on any type of engagement into gold, immediately what is he going to do is you're going to use that anti-auto attack ability onto Wanwan. So now you can't escape. Now you have those little slow feet trying to get away from you, and there's not really much you can do. So just a great plan out them for that gold lane to kind of shut down and put this Wanwan at such a disadvantage. This is already just a huge difference in playing ability. Oh man, we do see an engagement down here. Best player is going to get taken down here. Real world manipulation coming down, but not enough. And we have a blazing duet way into the back line. Gold is trying to get away, gets taken down there. Warrior not able to do much there, unfortunately, because as that real world manipulation came down, that was the perfect opportunity for Jappa to dive in to the back line with that blazing duet.
The swing back, the trade for Team Sexy was that tier 1 turret on bottom. They sent Rimuru to do the dirty work. And again, that's what most XP laners can do when they're down like this. They split push. And there was no punish, thankfully, but Team Sexy paid in blood in that engagement near the Lord. New Wave seems to be taking names and buying out property, taking turrets, taking these major objectives. left and right. It's so hard. 10 minutes in, and a lineup that scales like this, if they're this way ahead, it's so hard to think how you're going to come back. So, as Team Sexy, they have to play in their base. Now they have to play in their base. Earlier, they had to play in Ube. Now they just have to play in their base. That's what they can pray for here.
Yeah, and that's the difficult part right now, because we are seeing some of these abilities now on the side of Team Sexy being used as disengages. Oh, we do see a Falling Star Moon coming in. Dogtor deep into the back lines, followed by that Alice and Ziggy there. They are able to take the tower and putting on a bunch of damage. Still don't, and how did they get out of that without losing a single person there? And that is just the synergy that you are getting from this new wave team.
They were like a set of synchronized swimmers. They knew exactly what the moves were, the tempo was, the pacing, and eventually Team Sexy are marching out of their base. This makes sense, but they can only do this as a 4-in-1, and this is the right composition. You give Rumuru the 1 on this stackless stams. It's so hard to play Festival of Blood with no stacks. That's where you're gonna get your sustainability and your item build as well. He's forced to play almost full defense. Didn't catch the first half of the items there, but yeah, no. Doctor is coming back. He picks up the blade mail, the blade armor. That is. Oh, there is a corrosion scythe, but he's still building up into his blade armor. I'm talking about Rimuru's items here. Oh man, it's so hard to be 1-1. It's so hard to be gold in this game.
Yeah, right now they are riding that struggle bus as we do see the waves starting to crash in. There's really not much that they can do except for just try to get these waves and wait for a mistake by New Wave, because right now you are still a little bit behind. We do see Japa coming in there, baiting out best player to come back, but that was probably more a little bit as a distraction so that Indo could go ahead and pick up that buff up there.
Yep, so slowly, New Wave, but surely choking out Team Sexy's resources, and they're gonna grow this lead. Oh my god, Private, almost 10k, almost 10k ahead. So New Wave, I think don't contest the Lord even, don't even think about it. Again, player base, take what buffs you can, and stay close to each other. Clean take here, as free as it gets for New Wave. That is going to be, oh, still level 1 Lord. I believe. Is that still a level or no? I think they killed it at the 12-minute mark. They started attacking at the 12-minute mark, so it is going to be a Lord with a jump.
Yeah, and this is kind of a strategy right now from New Wave, akin to like a boa constrictor or a snake, where they already are enclosed around you, and what they're doing is very, very slowly choking out the resources, the gold that you can get, keeping you pinned into that base where you can't really go out there. And every single time they go out, they're going to be met by this front line of New Wave, and they're so patient about it as well. But we do see a little bit of engagement here at mid as Luminous Lord is coming up on top. We do see that Falling Star Moon into the back lines right now. The rest of Team Sexy is forced to disengage as the Blazing Duet comes there and have their health, but right now down goes Warrior right now as this Luminous Lord is crashing in. It's not doing damage to the tower right now. Rumuru is in a little bit of trouble trying to disengage there. Down goes Gold right now. We do see that lethal counter coming down onto Dogtar. Man, just the amount, like, they lost 2 players for that and able to take down 1 inhibitor. A decent value for that Lord, but we do see now, oh, right now Nicolette is going to be taken down by Tamal, and that combination from Ziggy there, able to get away now. Rumuru in a little bit of trouble there, is trying to get away to tower, but this might be a wrap for this core as they are putting the boots right now, and this is going to be first game going to New Wave there and in dominating fashion.
Ring the bell. That is Team Sexy down for the count, and